When you're 17, you should be worrying about chemistry exams, prom dresses, or who's talking behind your back at lunch. But Lana? She was worrying about whether she had enough money to buy baby formula, whether her daughter's cough was getting worse, whether anyone at all, wanted them to survive. That night, it was raining hard. Not just outside, but inside the only home she had ever known. She stood in the hallway, holding her newborn daughter, Faith, swaddled in a thin blanket, her face pale, her eyes begging, her heart breaking. Her father, rigid, proud, unmoving, stared at the baby like she was filth. He didn't ask questions, didn't yell, didn't cry. He turned silently, opened the hall closet, and pulled out a pair of clippers. He plugged them in and stepped forward. Lana froze. Lana.
Dad, please don't.
Her mother just stood there, watching. She didn't say a word. She didn't try to stop him. Lana cried. She begged. But it was no use. The clippers buzzed on. And so did the punishment. He gripped her shoulder with one hand hard, and with the other, he ran the clippers straight through her thick brown hair. One pass, then another, and another. Her curls fell to the floor in clumps. The air smelled like plastic and humiliation. When it was over, he shoved a duffel bag into her arms, gestured to the door. Father.
You're no daughter of mine.
And just like that, she was gone. Narrator. No umbrella. No jacket. No love. Lana stepped out into the storm, clutching her baby to her chest. A teenage girl with a shaved head, a newborn in her arms, and nowhere left to go. Phone dialing. Each beep echoing. She had one number memorized. One person left in the world. She called Tyler. He showed up 45 minutes later, soaked from head to toe, breathing hard, holding a worn-out backpack filled with one pack of baby wipes, a can of formula, a pair of socks, and 7.28 in coins. Tyler.
Haswer. I told my mom I needed money for school supplies.
Lana, quiet, shaking.
They shaved my head, Tyler.
He looked at her, at the red marks on her scalp, at the towel she was using to hide what they'd done, but mostly at her eyes. Eyes that had stopped hoping, eyes that had seen too much. Tyler.
You're still beautiful. You're the strongest person I know.
The motel room smelled like mildew and bleach. The ceiling leaked. The sheets were rough. But for Lana, it was a sanctuary. Because here, no one screamed at her. No one tore her down. No one told her she wasn't worthy of love. Tyler wrapped baby Faith in a clean towel. He pulled up a chair beside the creaky bed. They didn't speak much after that. They didn't need to. Because in that silence, Tyler made a vow in his heart. Tyler, have internal. I won't let the world destroy them. Not on my watch. Lana had lost her hair, her home, her family name, but not her fire, not her baby. And Tyler, though still just a boy, was learning what it really meant to be a father. Every morning, Lana would kiss Faith's forehead, whisper, "Mommy loves you," then walk 3 blocks to her high school with swollen eyes and a scarf wrapped tightly around her head. She didn't have time for makeup. She didn't have energy for friends. She didn't have sleep. What she did have was a dream, a desperate, burning hope that if she just held on long enough, she could graduate and give Faith a better life. But high school isn't built for teen moms, some students whispered. Some pointed. Some called her names under their breath. Bald freak, trailer trash, baby dropper. And worst of all, her teachers didn't see her at all. Until one day, she dozed off in English class. She hadn't slept the night before. Faith had been up with a fever, and the formula was almost gone. "Miss Dalton." Desert.
Lana?
Lana, startled.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to.
Miss Dalton.
Can I speak to you after class?
Miss Dalton was one of those teachers who thought she could read between the lines, thought she could fix things with a clipboard and a concerned tone. But she didn't know the full story. She hadn't asked. Miss Dalton, measured, polite. "Lana."
I've noticed you've been distracted, missing homework, and falling asleep in class.
Lana, quiet.
I have a baby, ma'am. I'm just tired, that's all.
Miss Dalton.
I understand that, but this is about your safety, and the safety of your child.
Lana.
Wait, what are you saying, Miss Dalton?
As a mandated reporter, I'm obligated to contact Child Protective Services.
Lana's heart dropped. She wanted to scream, to explain, but the words wouldn't come. All she could picture was someone knocking on her motel room door, taking Faith away. And that's exactly what happened. 2 days later, Lana opened the door to a tall woman in a windbreaker. Clipboard, neutral face, CPS officer, firm rehearsed.
Lana Brooks, my name is Officer Reynolds from Child Protective Services. We received a report from your school.
Lana, what?
What kind of report? I've done nothing wrong. Faith is fine, she's teething,
CPS officer.
Ma'am, I just need to take a look around and ask you a few questions.
The motel room was a mess. A sink full of unwashed bottles, a bag of diapers tipped over, a wet towel on the floor. But Lana had been trying. She really had. Still, to the outsider's eye, it looked chaotic, unfit. Tyler, out of breath.
Lana, what's going on?
Lana, sobbing.
She thinks I'm not taking care of her, that they might take face.
CPS officer, even-toned.
No decisions are being made today, but we are issuing a formal warning. If there's another report, narrator, she didn't have to finish the sentence.
Lana collapsed onto the bed, clutching Faith like a shield. Tyler sat beside her, his face pale, hands shaking. Tyler.
This isn't right. You're doing everything. You're her mother. You're amazing.
None of that matters. Not to them. Narrator, she was right. To the system, she was a statistic, a risk. Not a girl with no home. Not a girl who'd been shaved and shunned and shoved out of her family. Just another teen mom to monitor. That night, after the officer left, Lana didn't speak much. She just held Faith close and cried. Tyler sat on the floor, back against the bed, staring at the ceiling. Then, he whispered, Tyler, to himself.
I can't keep lying. Not anymore. They need to know she's mine too.
And just like that, Tyler knew what he had to do. The next day, he would face his parents, tell them the truth, and pray they'd open the door that Lana's own family had slammed shut. The next morning felt quieter than usual. Maybe because Tyler hadn't slept. Maybe because his chest felt like a ticking bomb. Or maybe because some truths are so big, they silence everything else. He stood at the kitchen doorway, watching his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Bellamy, go about their peaceful morning routine. His father, flipping through the newspaper. His mother, humming softly as she stirred her tea. They didn't know. Not yet. Tyler hesitant.
Mom? Dad? Can we talk?
Mr. Bellamy, without looking up.
Make it quick, son. I've got a meeting in 20.
Tyler.
It's important.
Tyler's throat was dry. His hands trembled beneath the table. But he had promised himself and Lana that he would tell the truth. Tyler, firm but quiet.
I have a daughter. Her name is Faith.
Mrs. Bellamy.
What did you say? Tyler?
She's 7 months old. Her mother is Lana, the girl I used to date.
Mr. Bellamy.
Are you telling us you've hidden a child from us for months?
Tyler, holding eye contact.
I was scared, but I'm not going to lie anymore.
His parents looked at each other. Shock, disappointment, betrayal. All the things Tyler feared all at once. Mr. Bellamy.
You've ruined your future. College, sports, everything.
Tyler, calm, steady.
No, Dad. I almost ruined it by pretending none of it mattered. But it does. I am Turn wasn't a safe for.
It was a photo of baby Faith, big eyes, chubby cheeks, wrapped in a pink blanket. Tyler, choked up.
She has my eyes, and Lana's smile, and she needs a family.
Mrs. Bellamy, whispers.
Where are they staying?
Tyler.
A motel. 1 room. No heat. Lana's working herself to death, just to survive.
Mr. Bellamy, quiet.
Her parents threw her out. Tyler. Haffens. They shaved her head and kicked her out the night Faith was born.
Mrs. Bellamy, shocked.
Oh my god.
For the first time, Tyler saw something shift in their eyes. Not just shock anymore, not judgment, but the beginning of understanding, and maybe even compassion. Later that afternoon, the Bellamys pulled into the lot of the Maplewood Motel. It was cramped, cheap, and tired-looking. But Tyler stepped out with his head high. Behind him, his parents followed. Mrs. Bellamy carried a blanket. Mr. Bellamy carried nothing but nerves. Lana opened the door, scarf wrapped tight around her head, eyes wary, shoulders tense. When she saw Tyler, she softened. When she saw who was behind him, she froze. Mrs. Bellamy. Mrs. Bellamy.
Lana. I'm Tyler's mother.
Lana, quietly.
I know.
Mrs. Bellamy.
We'd like to meet our granddaughter, if that's all right with you.
Lana didn't speak right away. She glanced at Tyler, unsure. Then, she stepped aside. Inside, Faith sat in a little laundry basket lined with towels, her makeshift crib. She looked up and cooed. Mrs. Bellamy's hands shook as she reached for her. Mrs. Bellamy, tearful.
She's beautiful.
Mr. Bellamy, quiet, surprised.
She looks like you, thank you.
Tyler, smiling.
She is me.
Thanks for watching the Naaman. No one said the word forgiveness. No one said welcome home. But in that quiet, cluttered room, something changed. A bridge had been built. Not perfect, not easy, but real. And real was enough to begin again. That night, for the first time in months, Lana didn't fall asleep crying. She lay on the motel bed, baby Faith resting peacefully on her chest, and beside her, Tyler. his hand gently resting on Faith's tiny foot, his other hand still trembling from the day's events. Because something had changed, something big. The Bellamys didn't promise the world. They didn't offer cash, or comfort, or instant forgiveness. But they did something more meaningful. Mrs. Bellamy, softly.
We have a guest room. You'd both be safe there. Faith would have her own crib. Real meals. Real help.
Mr. Bellamy, clearing his throat.
We don't know how to do this, but we'd like to try, if you'll let us.
Lana nodded. It wasn't just a yes to shelter. It was a yes to trust again, to hope again, to being part of something she never thought she'd have. A real family. 2 days later, Lana moved into the Bellamy home. The guest room was small, but clean. There was a mobile hanging above the crib that Mrs. Bellamy had picked out. And on the dresser, a framed photo of Faith that Tyler had printed from his phone. It wasn't fancy, but it was warm. And most of all, it was theirs. Lana returned to school. This time, she wasn't hiding. She walked through the front doors with her scarf tied a little looser, her chin a little higher. She carried a breast pump in her backpack. She still missed sleep. She still juggled assignments with diaper changes, but she was no longer doing it alone. On Friday nights, the Bellamy family gathered around the dinner table. Tyler helped serve. Lana fed Faith mashed bananas, while Mrs. Bellamy tried and failed to keep her sweater clean. Mr. Bellamy still didn't say much, but sometimes, when no one was looking, he'd smile softly at Faith. It was a smile Lana had never seen on her own father's face. One Sunday morning, Lana stood at the bathroom mirror. She untied the scarf from her head, and for the first time, didn't feel ashamed. Her hair had started to grow back short, soft fuzz along her scalp. A new beginning. Mrs. Bellamy, behind her.
You know, you don't have to cover it. Not here.
Lana smiles.
I know. I just wasn't ready until now.
She stood tall. No more hiding, no more fear. She wasn't just the girl who'd been kicked out, wasn't just the one who'd had her head shaved in shame. She was Lana, mother, student, fighter. Faith's giggle echoes lightly. Her beautiful daughter would grow up knowing that love isn't about blood or perfection. It's about showing up, even when it's hard, even when you're scared, even when the world tells you it's impossible. Lana had lost everything once. But sometimes, when life takes everything away from you, it's only clearing space for something better, something real. A home, a second chance. A family made not by blood but by choice. And that is how Lana found her way back to the light.